So Toyota just announced that it will be adopting the Giga Casting system for its upcoming electric vehicles, just like Tesla. So isn't it ironic how all of a sudden all the legacy automakers are now starting to copy the successful business model that Tesla has been implementing for a couple of years now? For example, recently the CEO of Ford mentioned that they will soon start to sell cars online, just like Tesla, to cut out the cost of dealerships. But at the same time, Ford CEO also mentioned that they want to focus on software for their cars, as that's where more of the revenue is going to start coming from in the future. That's what they believe in. And that's kind of like what Tesla is already doing with FSD. And so now we have all of the legacy automakers finally understanding why Tesla has all the systems that it has in place and how valuable it is to be able to have these systems, because they significantly improve profit margins, which allows Tesla to have this pricing power ability where they're able to have, EV vehicles that are significantly lower than the competition. However, the problem is these legacy auto manufacturers are just a little bit too late to the game. And this is because Tesla is already years ahead, and guess what? They continue to innovate. I mean, just look at what Tesla is doing with their robotic system. I mean, that's just light years away from what the auto industry is currently focused on. And this is why I really don't appreciate it when someone who really doesn't understand the value in Tesla kind of calls me out and says, I'm a Tesla fanboy, I'm like part of the Elon Musk cult. No, I don't put Elon Musk on a pedestal, nor do I put any, mortal on a pedestal, right? The thing is, I understand, the value in what Tesla is doing, and I could see the discrepancy in what Tesla is doing and what the other automakers are doing. And so this is why, I've been, very long-term bullish on Tesla, right? I don't just follow what, other fund managers like Cathie Wood, kind of believes in with just like autonomous driving. I mean, there's other reasons why I'm bullish for Tesla, but nonetheless, this is, why I'm bullish for Tesla. The other, competitors are just not even in the same lane of what Tesla's doing, and they're trying to catch up, but they have to invest a, I don't want to curse on YouTube, but a stupid amount of money for the infrastructure just to catch up to Tesla in the next 3 years. But guess what? In 3 years, Tesla's going to be more steps ahead. And so the point that I'm really trying to get across in this video is that there is a reason why all these legacy automakers are starting to now copy Tesla. I mean, it's kind of like that saying, well, if you can't beat them, join them, right? So we're gonna just copy what Tesla does. It's kind of like, obviously Tesla is getting good grades on their homework, so everyone's like, hey, well, let me just copy what they're doing because they're getting an A+, and I want to get an A+ too. So it's reasonable. I don't hate on the competition. It makes sense why they're trying to copy Tesla now. It's just that they're a little too late. But looking at the price action for Tesla, we see that Tesla has been very bullish in the last few trading sessions, and to really top it off, we're entering into an area where there's very little volume by price, which is completely different from volume by time. And I say this very often on the channel, but if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing, because this is really important. See, when we look at the price action, when there's very little volume by price, that means that there's not a big battle between the bid and the ask. And so if Tesla keeps adding more buying pressure, well, it could soar through this area, because just buying pressure could really bid up the order book and continue pushing Tesla higher. And to add more fuel to the flame, one of the things I pointed out on my YouTube channel's community post is that currently, right now, Tesla is the most shorted mega cap out there. I mean, when you look at stocks like Apple, Meta, Nvidia, nothing comes close as far as being a mega cap as being shorted as much as Tesla. Now, this is a huge problem, not for the bulls, but really for the bears for Tesla, because this could honestly create an opportunity of a mini short squeeze for Tesla. And one of the things I've told individuals who are part of the Push and Profit private group, right, which is basically a group where every day I have my daily briefings. I talk about what stocks I'm looking to trade and the reason why, and what stocks I'm holding long term, etc. One of the things I've highlighted is that right now is not the time for me to really go, bearish on Tesla and short, right? Especially when we have one of the things I say is that Tesla they do a really good job of updating their investors with newest technology and what they're doing, right? One thing is that they're obviously doing good things, but another thing is that they also make it very aware to people who are in the Tesla space of what they're doing. Now, I'm not sure if this is something that Elon Musk publicly does or does on purpose, right? Purposely does, simply because he understands the value of obviously bringing something to light that is good, right? Because, honestly, this is good. I mean, if your company is doing good, you want to let your core investors know, hey, this is what we're doing, as opposed to a lot of other companies, they kind of aren't as transparent as what Tesla's doing. Now, of course, this is because Tesla has a big following on social media. Honestly, this is why I think, Elon Musk ended up buying Twitter, kind of part of the reason. He believes in the organic transparency of, obviously having this reach to a large audience. But nonetheless, it's really good for Tesla, right? And so right now, if you're a bear, right, and you're shorting Tesla, one of the largest mega caps, right, and also the most shorted at this moment, and at any moment, we could have a catalyst event for Tesla where they release good news. Well, as a bear, you could honestly just get crushed, right? Especially because we know that there is a big catalyst event coming just right around the corner. Now, what is that? That's the Cybertruck. See, we've heard Elon Musk say, a multitude of different times earlier that the Cybertruck production is going to start sometime in the summer of 2023. Now, what time period are we in right now? Obviously, the summer of 2023. Now, we have to, add the fact that he did say that's going to be a minuscule amount that's going into production. But nonetheless, this is going to be very interesting to see when that, catalyst news comes out, because this could honestly cause a short squeeze, right? And so this is why I think it's very dangerous to be shorting a stock like Tesla. Now, for those of you guys that are new to the channel, I'm a long-term bullish, fan of Tesla, where I have exposure to Tesla in my long-term portfolio. When Tesla comes down, I'll add more to my long-term portfolio, but I also trade Tesla in the short term, right, in a separate trading account, because obviously investing and trading are two separate vehicles, and you don't want to, mix those into each other, right? Completely different. But one of the things I'm not doing is shorting Tesla at this moment, right? If Tesla comes down, great. I'll let it come down to me, but I'm honestly scared to short Tesla with what's going on with the fundamentals, right? We see other companies copying Tesla because obviously no other company has like the profit margins that Tesla has. I highlighted this in a separate video where I even talked about the PE ratios, right? When we look at the core fundamentals of Tesla, there's a reason, investors are paying a multitude, towards, what the actual revenues are for Tesla, right? They're paying these high valuations for a reason. And that's because Tesla fundamentally is very strong. So on a fundamental aspect, Tesla's great, but then when you're looking at things from a technical aspect, we're in a good spot right now. So if you're a bear, and again, you should never trade or invest on, based on what anyone else says. I'm just a guy on YouTube. But me personally, I would not be shorting Tesla, not even in my trading account. If Tesla comes down, cool, it provides an opportunity to go long. But honestly, I would be fearful if I was a bear at this moment. Now, looking at things from a macro perspective, one of the things I called out in the Push and Profit private group days before it even happened was that a pause was happening. I even said it publicly on YouTube. You could honestly watch the video right before this where I explain why a pause is very likely. Now, I'm not gonna go ahead and repeat that information in this video, so just watch yesterday or the video before this to understand why. Just skim through it if you have to. But one of the things we've heard was this very hawkish rhetoric from Jerome Powell that, hey, we're pausing now, but we're probably gonna have to hike in the future. Now, me personally, I think this is just big talk, and this is kind of fear mongering, because at the end of the day, we still have a multitude of different rate hikes from previous time periods that the economy still has not felt yet. And so, it's a little too early to say, hey, we need to hike more. And so I think it's just nonsense. And so right now at this period, I think there's still going to be a little bit more of a rally, especially in the tech sector. But one of the things I've been saying to the Push and Profit private group is that, hey, let's enjoy this cyclical bull rally right now. But I'm kind of just transitioning from getting away from the tech-heavy indexes like the QQQ or the SPY, where a lot of the mega caps that are huge in tech really move the direction of the indexes. And I'm kind of going to, ticker symbols like RSP, which is the S&P 500, but equally weighted, where all the holdings are equally weighted as opposed to the regular, S&P 500 like the SPY, right? And so one of the reasons is because right now, tech is like obviously the big thing right now, and it's a very crowded trade, right? And I do think tech is still going to continue to rally, but not for too long, especially as we're going to have more macroeconomic pressures coming to the market soon, especially like when we consider things like student loans, right? Because we know that pretty soon around August is like the expectation, the date where we kind of know where this is going to be coming, where we're going to have, individuals or Americans who have student loans that are going to have to now pay their student loans. And so it's about 45 million Americans, and the average price for these monthly payments under student loans is $400. And if you look at the news, we already know that most Americans aren't even prepared for an unexpected $1,000 event taking place, right? So an additional $400 on top of what's going on is really gonna hurt the consumers. And so this is why I've been a little bit more like tactful or moving a little bit more strategically as we kind of move closer to the summer. Yeah, I'm still bullish on Tesla in the long term. I'm bullish on Tesla in the long term till 2030, right? And then I'll reevaluate what's going on. But I'm sure Tesla has, a lot more products that they're working on, like robotics, etc. But in the short term, I'm still bullish, but I'm also a little bit cautious as, we may see a rotation and profit taking happening in the tech sector. And that's why I'm saying, hey, a lot of the, just mid cap or the small caps, money may flow into those, stocks as well. And so, definitely let's go ahead and take advantage of the bull run while we can. But again, just move a little cautiously, especially, as we move closer to the summer. But for right now, as I said in the beginning of this video, I'd be worrisome if I was a bear for Tesla. But with that being said, guys, I don't want to make this video too long. I want to keep it short, sweet, and concise. Also, keep in mind that the coupon code for the Push and Profit program does expire midnight on Father's Day. It's 50% off. So if you want to have more insight to what's actually something that I'm looking at and really be a part of the daily briefings, definitely take advantage of the first link in the description of this video below. And with that being said, guys, make sure to watch this next video right over here, and I'll see you guys on that next video. Take care, guys.